another GFW Trains live stream. Talk about everything, but mostly trains. I'm your host, George, otherwise known as GFW Trains. I'm here with Wally, who
otherwise known as the guy who takes GFW Trains places. Welcome back to another GFW Trains live stream. It is Train Fair weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Train Fair weekend. George, what is Train Fair?
Train Fair is a fundraiser for my Eagle Scout project. It's a train show.
Nice.
GFW Train Fair. It's gonna be really cool.
Right. So welcome everybody to the stream. We're gonna have a great time tonight. We're gonna hang out, talk trains like we always do on Friday. Fast Friday, Friends Friday. Although it is not Fast Trains Friday, it is Slow Trains Friday. George is running his trains very, very slow.
Have we ever run these trains fast? These ones right here.
I don't know, George. I don't know.
The specific ones on the left. Maybe the daylight. That was fun.
I like my trains fast, man. I like my trains fast. So anyway, welcome to the stream. If you're new around here, welcome to GFW Trains, Fast Friday, Friends Friday. If you're one of the people that have been around here for a long time, welcome back. Good to see everybody. Good to see you, huh, George?
Yes, sir.
So, George, train show, 3,000 subscribers special, Eagle Scout Service Project fundraiser. We have our own train show right here, the Other York, don't we, George?
Yes, that's right. The Other York. That's what we were originally gonna call it, but
The Other York.
we decided to go with another name, but then we had to change that.
We had to change that, right? Yeah, we can only have one. One more. One hard.
All right.
No, we can only have one person or one group saying that we need to change our name rather than two, right?
Yes, that's right. So, yeah, but it's gonna be pretty cool. We're gonna have a couple of podcasts there.
Right.
It's gonna be cool. We have 2 O scale, 3 O scale, 1 HO, and the other one's be an N with it. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
Dang, we have a garage sale there too. We're selling some stuff. Got a lot of neat stuff to sell there. Getting stuff in by the moment. We're gonna have a cafe car. We're gonna have vittles to sell, some hot dogs, chips and drinks, all there, all for sale, huh? Well, hey guys, welcome to another Fast Friday, right, George?
Yeah, another Fast Friday. Or it's kind of moved away from a Fast Friday.
Friends Friday.
We haven't raced trains in a very long time.
Family Friday. But we started out as Fast Friday right here, man. Hashtag Fast Friday.
Ooh. Racing
trains. I know that there have been a lot of people out hanging out with us since the very beginning where we used to
race trains.
But my psychologist bills and my counseling bills for George just got too much. George was crying every time his dad would beat him at the train races, and just it was just kind of a hard pill for George to swallow. It was losing to his old man being so good at the train racing. I mean, I understand, George. It's a large looming shadow that
oh boy. That's not true. We just put up the second level. The second level is destroy our trains. We're destroying our way out to begin with. But the second level is
I was destroying George's confidence.
What food will be available? Hot dogs, chips, and drinks.
You got it. Got it. Maybe
for
some
sale.
pizza. We're not sure.
They'll all be for sale at Junior Train.
Yep. So it's a fundraiser for GFW Train Fair. It's a fundraiser for your Eagle Scout Service Project. George, why don't you talk a little bit about that?
That's it's a fundraiser for my Eagle project. My Eagle project's going to be a train station for the Prairie State Railroad Club, which is really cool. And I need to raise money for it. As you can assume, a pavilion or the train station isn't going to be cheap. So I have to do a fundraiser to raise the money for my station. So the goal for the goal is to raise money and also to have a good time. I think we're all really excited.
Oh man, I'm excited. I'm jumping on my skin for this. We've been talking about this for years, haven't we?
Yeah.
This has been something like since you were a little boy that you wanted to do, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Take a drink, everybody. You and the George drinking game first, you on.
Yeah, it it's something I want to do for a long time. So it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be really fun.
And the cool part about it is it feels like there's a lot of synergy within our community, isn't it?
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. Got called up by the Chicago Tribune.
Chicago Tribune.
Somebody's gonna be there for the Chicago Tribune, which is really cool.
Chicago Tribune, the Beacon News, right? The Record newspaper's going to be there, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be really really cool. And we're gonna like the layouts. Trains for sale will be there. I mean, what more can you ask for, right?
Good times, good times.
But yeah. So I mean, that's what we got going on. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I think it's gonna be tiring, but a lot of fun.
And hey, everybody, thanks for all coming in and hanging out with us on this Friday. We love to do this every Friday, right? It's been a couple weeks since I've been here, but George has been hanging out with Megan, hanging out with Grandpa, hanging out.
Yeah,
Just
it's
carrying the
3
torch.
weeks
It's
since
been a
we've
long
here.
time since I've been here, so good to be back. Good to be back, ladies and gentlemen. I decided to wear my very best here. I got my very polarizing there CN shirt. I got my GFW Trains Work shirt, and then I've got my new 4501 hat that fits me just perfect. My big old dome right here.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is kind of a undercover shirt right here. Undercover CN shirt.
Undercover.
Gotta show them the back.
Oh yeah. So this is the ironic part about this shirt. This is what, right? So it's Canadian National, right? Check out. Just realized, I've seen that a lot, right? I've seen that a lot, but it just like dawned on me that I'm pulling that together. I'm pulling that together with Canadian National with an American flag.
And it doesn't say Canadian anywhere on the shirt. It does not say Canada.
America. America. So hey guys, if you're just rolling through the door, welcome to the stream. Welcome to GFW Trains Friends Friday. It would be awesome if you could do a solid smash that like button. Helps out with the algorithm. You're taking playing the George drinking game. That's number 2 drink for the night. So if you're new around here, we've got a drinking game with George that if you see George yawn, you got to take a drink. Or if George mentions the word, head forward, got to take a drink. So yeah, welcome to the stream. Welcome to Fast Friday. Do us a huge favor, smash that like button if you're new here and like what we do around here. We'd appreciate a subscription, right, George?
That's right.
Subscribe to GFW Trains. This guy right here, look at him. What would happen if they don't subscribe?
I fall asleep.
Oh, I was thinking a frown. What happens with a subscription? Smiley.
It was not a frown, like it's like more like.
It's very, very pronounced.
And then the smile's like it's like a. No, it's not very. Alright, stop it. But Tom's are gone.
We bring them back. There they are.
There we go. York and anyone in York? Oh, not
The other York. The other
yeah,
York.
we're going to York. Is
The Yorkville Train Show. You got it.
there a York in Illinois?
There's the York High School, but there isn't a York, Illinois. There's a Yorkville. That's where we live. We live in Yorkville.
It would be pretty cool that we could, or we should have had the train show at York.
Right. Then we could say the York Meet. Because even the other one is the Eastern Midwest, or the Eastern Division Train Collectors Association.
Yeah.
It's kind of like got the like the nomenclature. York is being like kind of offhand on that one.
So technically, if we named it York, we couldn't have changed it. Oh, dang it. All right. Yorkville, York.
So the funny part is we actually did get a cease and desist letter
from lo and behold, Train Fest. Our offense, though, Train Fest wasn't a thing when we started promoting the.
from what we understood, that Train Fest was no more. But that MRA stepped in and said that they were going to use the term Train Fest, and they didn't want us to use the term Train Fest, so we changed it from GFW Train Fest to GFW Train Fair, and that's what we know. That's what we know. So hey, listen, George, let's welcome some people through the door, will we?
Yes, sir.
What do you say? What do you say? I gotta apologize here. Just my phone was lighting up with some people. As we were getting on here. So I'm backing up. And if you're new around here, we always say hello to the people that come into the live stream. Give them a whistle. What are we running here tonight, George?
So tonight we're running the 844, which is when we haven't actually ran that last stream. Can't say that much anymore. We're in the big boy. Hasn't made an appearance on the stream.
Big boy. Big
With
boy.
the Reaper train.
Sing the song. Big
No.
boy.
Don't
Big.
get that for free.
Hey, he's an expensive date right over here.
What?
Big.
I don't
I'll say it
sing.
all day long. Big boy. Big boy. All right, who do we got here? We got Conrail Nuts. Thanks for joining us. Found an original local sound set.
There you go.
Good to hear that. We got Milwaukee Road James in the house. How you doing there, James? Good to see you. We got Aaron Van. Fine Aaron Van in the house. Good to see you. Mommy Lulu's here. Good evening. Good evening. Good to see you here, Mommy Lulu. We have got Chicago's Trains and Train Sim World 2 guy. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. He's excited to be here. Glad that you could be on the stream with us. Let's see. Hopefully your dad will take you out there to the GFW train fair. Should be good stuff. We got Rob 412 in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Chris Lambert from here, all the way over there in California. Good to see you there, Lambo. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Devon McKenzie's in the house. How you doing, Devon? He's always here, always hanging out, talking trains with us on Friday. Conrail Nuts is in the house. He's buying an MPH local sound set. But we already got him at the beginning, didn't we? Hey, it's so funny. Your PFP there. That was one of the things that we've got on our table for the GFW Train Fair garage sale, right?
It could be yours.
$50. We got it. Set of two. Looks good. Looks good. We've got Grandpa George says I'm at a hockey game, but he is tuned in. Good to see you. 1-800 clients here, and Humanity is saying that Megan looks a lot different tonight. George prefers a girl with a beard and a 4501 hat. Don't you, George? And a deep voice.
That's right.
Some girl that looks like a guy that's in his late 40s, early 50s. George is like, you're weird, Dad. You're weird.
All right.
Apples and oranges! Good to see you, whoop, here in the house. Did you hear that? That is George's 44, 49. Something's going to town on that one. All right, I'm going to keep rolling here. George is working through that. Nick's Crossing. Good to see you, Nick's Crossing. Glad to have you with us, hanging out, talking trains. Aaron Van. I think I got Aaron Van, but I can't remember. But we're not too stingy with the whistles around here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There we go. See Michael Lindsay. Good to see you, man. I see you, big guy. Thanks for joining us. So Apples and Oranges says, wait, who sent the C&D to a kid working on his Eagle Scout project? Yeah, it was. Well, sorry, I know I'm a little bit touch and go to talk about that, but let's just say the National Model Railroaders Association had said that Train Fest was a term that they wanted to use and didn't want anybody to get confused by multiple shows being called Train Fest. So, yep. You're right. It's literally a fundraiser for the Eagle Project. So, anyway, we get it. We changed it to GFW Train Fair. We love Train Fest, so it's not anything that we're ready to go to the mat about or anything like that. Right, George?
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Bob wants to know what it would take for a good old I've been working on the railroad, George.
No, I'm not singing. I don't
All you didn't do is put up a little
No,
bit of dollars
no.
to make this young man
I
sing.
didn't.
Put up a couple dollars, boom, keep singing. That's how it works around here on the GFW train. Fans Friday, Friends Friday. You put up some money, George will sing.
Yep.
Yes, you will.
Oh.
That was more assault than battery. Oh, Dave Kohler's in the house. Good to see you, Dave. We got Cat Nuts in the house. Southern Yankee Trades. Good to see you here. Bob So Gage Trades. Whoop, Woo, happy Friday, welcome to the stream. And we have got, oh, this is a tough one. We've got, I don't even know how to say Table Misk 3K. Table Master 3K, that's what
Tabo
we're
steak.
What's that?
Tabo steak. Tabo steak.
Table Master. Table Master 3K, that's what we're calling him. Master. That's what it is. That's what it is. We're not troublemakers, mixed trains. We're just trying to have a little bit of fun here, right, George? Trying to up the ante on the fun thing, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right. My
So
new layout. Dang, feel honored.
there we go. There we go. I think we're caught up here. Let's see. Grandpa says Grandpa was looking at a 2240 or 2340 GG1 and says that it was went for $400. That's a pretty good deal there.
Is that really?
I think so.
Or a GSC one?
No, it was a post-war. Good stuff. Bob's O-Gauge Train says I have the super chat button in hand. Come on, you want to hear? I've been working on the railroad. Hit him up, man. Hit him up. Get him some. Come on, George. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Yep. Non-essential training. That's what we do, right, George? I like that. I like that. So tell me, George, what are you most excited about with the train fair? So actually, let's start from the beginning because I think this is going to be cool. This is going to be cool. So GFW train fair is something that you've been wanting to do since you were just a little guy, right? So tell me about this, in the formulation, from like way back in the beginning.
Well, so I don't know. I used to go to train shows all the time, and when I was little, I used to like put my trains up.
Yeah, right.
Put them for sale.
So tell me about the train shows that you used to go to when you were a little boy.
Oh no!
Dang!
Oh, no!
Look at that!
Oh,
Put your money where your mouth is there, George.
Oh,
La 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 la.
I've been working on the railroad just
all the time away. Can't you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the morning. Can't you hear the captain shouting, Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Solo, George.
That's all I know.
Won't you blow? There's more. Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Oh, gotta wear the conductor hat, George. Put the conductor hat.
No.
Someone's in the kitchen with conductor hat.
What?
Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Strumming on it. Yeah.
Fee, fi,
Fee, fi, fiddly, I. Fee, fi, fiddly, I. Strumming on the old banjo. Bam!
Hey, I saw Corey. Scroll. Corey, when you get a chance, text me or something.
We got something.
Something for you.
Somebody donated something for GFW Train Fair that we thought would be a perfect thing for you.
Yeah, so text me, and I'll show you what it is. It's pretty cool, actually. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, so we got some singing for George. Hope you like that. Trainmaster04, welcome to the stream. Yes, I got your email, and yes, we want to get you on the stream. So I'll have to loop back around with that, and I apologize. With GFW Train Fair right around the corner, it's been really hard. So we want you on. I appreciate you emailing me. If I don't get back to you, just keep on that because we want to have you on. We'll get you on. Love your channel. Go check out Trainmaster04. Has a great spot. We're going to have him on. It's going to be a great show. And I'm sorry that I haven't been able to get back to you before that. But yeah, for sure. So yeah, George, that $50 is now George's life savings. That's such a coincidence there, Nick's Crossing. And thank you so much for.
I spend it all on trains.
Bob's O-Gauge Trains. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So who else we got? Mr. Oliver 11 Brandon. Hi, Brandon. Good to see you. Thanks for coming, everybody. If you're just rolling through the door, do George a solid. Feed that algorithm. What do you do, George?
Like it. What? Smash the like button?
It's only your, 153rd stream.
Sorry.
Put on the spot. Do one of the thumbs button. Thumbs? Do one of them thumbs things. George, another $50 or another $20. You put the conductor hat on. Feet,
Oh no,
five,
no.
fiddly, no. Feet, 5, fiddly, no.
No.
Feet, 5, fiddly, no.
Whoa.
Strumming on the old banjo. Oh, Chicago.
I'm the hip conductor.
Oh, he's a hip conductor.
I feel like I'm that girl from what was that one train show I used to watch when I was little? The one where the lady sang the songs and we thought it was Cardi B. I forget the name of it. But she used to
all
wear
aboard the
she used
choo-choo
to wear the
train.
conductor hat
All
like
aboard the
this.
choo-choo train. All aboard. All aboard.
She used to wear the conductor hat like this.
What is it? I know which one.
I don't know the name of it. Oh,
All aboard the choo-choo train. All aboard the choo-choo. Hey, Ars Train says he's gonna message you on the Discord.
Oh, sweet. All right, cool.
Grandpa's having a Bud Light. Well, we like our iced tea anyway that we can give it, huh?
Oh yeah.
So we're way behind on this. Maybe next Friday could be the 2-year anniversary of me being on. Dang, it's been 2 years. Check that out.
That's nuts.
Check that out.
And when Corey was on, that was almost like a what? Oh boy. All right,
There we go. Oh,
wait.
there we go. Right. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for all of that. So we had 2 years, huh? Isn't that crazy? You've grown up so much. Like if you go back and look at some. Okay, so for GFW Trade Fans,
I was in 8th grade.
we had to put out some press releases, and we put out some press releases that we sent out. And the George was at school when I sent them out, and I put some pictures in the press release. And those press releases, I had to find some good pictures of George with trains. And the only ones I could find were ones from about 2 years ago. And I tell you what, that you look so young in those pictures.
I know. It was back when my hair wasn't poofy.
It wasn't poofy, it was short. He had this big old smile, wearing his Reds hat, still wearing his baseball hat, except for when Bob Zogage trains gives him $20. All aboard the choo-choo train. All aboard the choo-choo train.
What was that name called?
The drunk conductor, the way you're singing. So UP 1995 rail fan says I'll be dispatching on the Valley Model Railroad train layout on Sunday. So talk about that, George. Right?
So Valley Model Railroad Club will be there. They're a really cool HO scale layout. Located out of Elgin or South Elgin.
South Elgin.
South Elgin. I get them mixed up. Anything with the name Elgin is my mind. It's just Elgin. But anyway. They're located in South Elgin. They have a really, really cool portable layout, which they take out. And the coolest part about their layout is they let you drive their trains. And the coolest part is it's off a CTC system. So you run it off signal. If you miss a signal, then they shut down the block and you can't go anywhere. And yeah, so you got to run it like a real railroad. And that's kind of the cool part about the Valley Mile Railroad Club. You get to run their trains and it's like a railroad. Signals, you're operating a really, really cool train. I always like to operate they always have an Amtrak train there.
Right.
It's really, really long. I like operating that. So yeah.
Right. So that's gonna be real cool. Where's it at, George?
It's in Yorkville. The Valley Mile Railroad Club in South Elgin.
Where's the train show?
The train show's at the Yorkville American Legion. And it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So be there or be square.
Be square, man. We don't like any square train people, do we now, George?
Yeah. George, should we tell the story, the square thing?
Yes, tell them the story.
So we were at
not sure what the story is.
you know exactly what the story is as soon as I started talking. So we were at summer camp one time for Boy Scouts, and Papa, we're cleaning up, and nobody's. Or I forget what happened. We just finished eating dinner. Nobody cleaned up, and I think you must have gone nuts. Like my dad was going nuts. Like I've never seen my dad more. Like he had veins popping in his neck. I mean, he was pissed because the table was all messy. Nobody had cleaned their dishes.
Nobody cared.
Yeah. And so we were doing this, right? And this kid, I forget his name. I think it was like Josh or something like that. He was possibly making everybody clean because they needed to. And basically he said, this kid goes, cleaning's for squares. And I said, my dad must have lost, like, I think he must have, he must have popped like a blood vessel or something. Oh my gosh, you got so mad. Oh, but it was kind of scary, but now looking back at it, it was kind of funny.
I'm still mad, man. That cleaning's for squares. I'll clean your.
The kid was a square.
There we go.
We did not get dessert that night.
No dessert for you. No dessert for you. So what are the layouts that are going to be there at DFW Train Fair, George?
So we're going to have the Midwest Division of the TC Train Collectors Association's booth.
Still rocking that hat. Okay, we'll put that back. Thank you, by the way, for the generous.
But so we're gonna have the train collectors, the Midwest Division of the Train Collectors Association. They have a modular layout, an O-scale modular layout for the NMRA standards. But it's really cool. They have a modular layout that they're gonna be setting up there. Then we're gonna be having a local hobby shop. They're gonna come out. The local hobby shop's called Denny's Trains and Things. They're gonna set up a really, really cool layout. It's pretty big. I didn't realize how big it was until we did the floor plan. It's bigger than the modular layout.
Is it really?
According to Jim's plan, yeah. It's huge.
So what is it, George? Tell me more about what it is that you know.
I know that they set it up for a fundraiser at Soldier Field for the Bears, which is really, really cool. And it's really big. It's all O-scale, or at least to my knowledge, it's all O-scale. And yeah, I haven't seen it in person. I haven't really seen too much about it. I know that's really cool just from what I heard, but I haven't seen any picture of the video, so it's going to be a really cool first-hand impression for me. Then we have another O-scale layout that's going to be put up by the president of the Midwest Division. It's all going to be on the floor, so that's really cool. Yeah, so that's going to be cool. And then we're gonna have the Valley Mountain Railroad Club, which lets you run their trains, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, so let you run your trains, stop a signal system, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a pretty fun time. Then we have a member of the Pretty State Railroad Club who's gonna bring a small little N-scale lab, so it'll be fun.
What else is going to be there, George?
Well, Pretty State Railroad Club's gonna be there. They will have a kind of a booth there with the Prairie State Railroad Club. They have this really cool stand. They put a couple of 7.5 gauge engines on it, so that'll be cool. They'll be displaying their stuff there, and we'll also have refreshments, including we'll have drinks, hot dogs, chips for sale. So yeah, we will also have a garage sale, which is really neat. So if you are got some extra cash and need to take some cash out of the bank, bring it, because there will be trains for sale. And let me tell you, they're not bad trains. They're pretty nice though. People have generously donated a lot of stuff. If you need track, come to GFW Train Fair. We have
free track
coming out of our eyeballs. I mean, like, we got track on the floor right behind the camera that you guys can't even see. We still got to sort out.
We got free track, man. We got track here. We got track there.
Switches. If you need some switches too, hit us up. We got lots of those.
That's not free, but we got lots of switches.
And real tracks too. I saw that
cheap rail tracks.
Conrail nuts you got a set but with no track.
Wow. Ooh, yeah, you got
some real tracks for you. So make sure you bring some money and we'll sell you some real tracks.
Hey, NEC Live, welcome to the stream. There are some other guys that I didn't get welcome to the stream, and I apologize. So, Radar Diddy's here. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy GFW Trade Fair Eve, right? Thanks for wishing us the best of luck. I think it's going to be a great time. That's going to be so. Chicago Trains and Train Sim World 2 guy says, are we going to be able to operate the trains at the event and also host Thomas and Friends for the kids? Well, let me answer that. It's up to the clubs that are coming in as to how they're going to deal with people operating the layout.
I'm a member of the Midwest Division's modular layout, but I'm not going to be a member at the show. I'm going to be organizing the show.
Right, he's running the show. He's like the manager.
I'm the guy who, So if they want to let you run their trains, they can. But we won't be running trains. If we do, it's
going to be in between things.
Yeah, it's not. I'm going to be running trains because
George is going to have the microphone in his hand. He's like, George. Hello. Test. What over here? You're going to have the E. You're going to have the E. And I'm going to hand the mic off over here to my alter ego, George. Who's going to be singing.
Hello. Nope.
Working on the railroad. Sammy's in the house. How you doing there, Sammy?
Sammy! Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be a good time.
Be there at 4. We'll be there.
So they're asking if news crews are going to be there. Will it be on the BBC? No, but we're going to have, three newspapers have indicated they're going to come?
Mm-hmm. Got the Chicago Tribune.
And the Beacon News Chicago Tribune.
And then we got the Kendall County Record.
The Kendall County Record.
And then
Big Rock Crier. Big Rock Crier is going to be in the house.
So it's going to be pretty cool.
Nick's too bad you're not around us, man. We got the mother load of real tracks that we're going to be selling at the GFW.
Everything you could think of.
Everything.
But,
Well, if you want to pay for some shipping, we can send it to you for a discounted rate. The garage sale rate, right, George?
Oh, yeah.
Garage sale rate. Be there, be square. Guess I'm going to be square. Oh, I can't believe you're not coming, James. I had you down, man. We had VIP tickets for the James.
Oh, man, that stinks.
Oh. VIP tickets. We're going to have to give those VIP tickets to someone else.
You give it to Chicago Trains and Train Sim World 2 guy.
We're going to give him some VIPs?
Yeah.
There we go.
Want to know what the VIP detail? 1 minute early access.
Here we go. Christian Babcock's going to be here, Christian. I think he's going to, of course, my off day start the day after GFW Train Fest. Christian is a member of the Train Collectors Association, Midwest Division, and he's a regular operator on the layout.
Yeah.
So, George, why don't you explain what the Train Collectors Association is?
Well, the Train Collectors Association is a model railroad club or association that is kind of throughout America. It's a nationwide club. Does it have anything in other countries or just
Shut your mouth.
it's just like a piece of wood I've been chewing. I don't know. Is it in like?
So it's all across the United States. It's all across the world. So, but mainly in the United States.
So I mean, and basically have different divisions throughout the United States, and basically the divisions meet up however many times a month, or however often they want to. But I know the Midwest Division only meets once a month, or meets once a month, and they do different events together. They have a swap meet normally once a month, and then they'll normally have like sub-chapters, and those sub-chapters have different things that they'll do. I know Midwest Division has 2 sub-chapters. One is the modular layout, and the other one is the Central Indiana chapter. I've never really gone to the Central Indiana chapter event, so I don't. Or at least if I have, I don't remember. I know that the modular layout goes to different shows around the Midwest, and they put up the modular layout.
So the Train Collectors Association is made up of different geographic regions around the country called divisions, and each one of the divisions puts on different events, different shows, and different social events, everything like that. The Midwest Division is the area that we're at, which is around here in the Chicagoland area, and they do a lot of stuff like we get together for train shows, we get together for picnics, we do live steam stuff. In fact, that's how Georgia initially got exposed to the live steam, just like the Prairie State Railroad, which is what the GFW trade fundraiser is for, right, George?
Mm-hmm, that's right. It's something that I kind of got linked up with. Well, I got linked up with the 7.5 gauge through the PCA, but I got linked up with the club that I'm doing the project for scouts. So.
Right.
But yeah, what you for George? 7 or 5 gauge, 5-inch gauge, or 7.5 inch gauge? 7.5. Oh,
7.5, 7.25.
7.25. I think I don't really know the difference. I guess there's a wheel difference, but like everything's either 7.5 or 7.25, and they all seem to run on the same. Like I guess I don't know. Isn't White Creek 7.25?
Well, I don't know. I've always thought it was 7.5, but I know that there really isn't much difference between
like
7.5 and 7.25.
Yeah.
So I guess with that in mind, which one do you like better, George?
7.25.
George likes 7.25, but we have 7.5 gauge trains.
Oh well, he asked 5-inch gauge or 7.25 gauge.
Okay.
That's what I was answering. That's the question.
Gotcha.
I like 7.5.
So UP 1995 rail fan says the Valley Model Railroad will let everyone run trains, and maybe Thomas will be on the layout. I should know and remember. So talk about the Valley Model Railroad, George.
The Valley Model Railroad Club is a club in South Elgin, which has a really cool modular lab. They make a lot of the shows in our area. And the cool part about that is they let you run their train. It's what they bring their train around there, set up their layout for, and you get to run their train the entire time. What's cool about it is it's off a signal system, so you'll be somebody will be operating the system. You have to stop your train, get certain signals, and it's really really cool. But yeah, and the cool part is you're able to operate their trains. That's what they're there for. That's what they spend all their time doing. And yeah.
So Jeopardize 07 says I got to go train spotting this past spring break in Bath, England.
Wow.
So I got to see the GWR, which is a Great Western Railroad, right? Great.
Yeah.
57603 Tintanago Castle.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool. I've always wanted to go, and I love how they call it train spotting, and that's what I call rail fanning myself. I always call rail fanning train spotting. I don't know, but did you know that was a big deal, like back in the day, like train spotting, and the reason why they called it train spotting is they like keep a scorebook.
Really?
Of all of the trains that they saw, they called that train spotting. And it was kind of like a pastime of people to go out.
Is this in England or America?
In Europe.
Oh.
And I think specifically like Great Britain.
That's cool. I didn't know that. No.
So Aaron Van wants to know about the daylight. We running the daylight today? What's running?
Yeah, we got the daylight running. Our one of our purple things. That one hasn't been on the lab for a while. It's always been up on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the newspaper come over to take some pictures of the layout. So, what you want on your layout? The best looking trains, or my favorite trains. And as you can see, at the reef, the big boy. I was very disappointed in the guy who did our interview. He didn't know what the big boy was.
Oh. How do you not know what the big boy?
He could have done a story on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, and so I had that going, the 844, and then 4449. Very
Western Railroad, Union Pacific, Southern Pacific. I was just watching some Seabiscuit stuff, right? So Seabiscuit, right? I don't know if you guys heard about Seabiscuit or know about Seabiscuit. That was a racehorse that was popularized right after in the late 20s, early 30s. And Seabiscuit kind of embodied the America at the time as far as the Great Depression goes, an underdog story. And guy who owned Seabiscuit was a great promoter. Ended up taking Seabiscuit all around the United States when Seabiscuit was kind of a rising horse. And I saw a bunch of pictures of Seabiscuit riding on the train because that's how they would have to get Seabiscuit from place to place.
Yeah.
Southern Pacific Railroad. I want to get a Seabiscuit car, George.
Did they make them?
I've never seen one, but I think that'd be cool.
That would be cool. What does it look like? Is it just like a baggage car, or is it like a what is?
It was kind of, I mean, it looked like a baggage car, right? I'm sure that it was just like kind of.
Didn't they have something in the recent catalog like that? It was like a forget what it was. Didn't they have something specialized like that? It was like a baggage car.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
I think it was like a horse racing car.
Really?
Yeah. The REA and who does the reefers? The passenger reefers. You know what I want to talk about? They're green.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, REA, right?
Yeah, REA. They had a passenger car or a
Railway
horse
Express.
Yeah, a Railway Express horse racing car. It was green though. It wasn't Southern Pacific, I think. But yeah, I thought that was in the recent catalog. But yeah, Seabiscuit.
Seabiscuit. Seabiscuit.
But
Yeah, I want to get a Seabiscuit car. That's what I want, George.
I think they're bigger ones too. They got sounds in them.
Really?
Yeah, like horse sounds.
Ooh, that sounds cool, actually.
Of course, it's like
$1 bajillion.
yeah, but I mean,
Everything costs a lot of money these days. Even gas costs a lot of
I
money.
have to double check. I'm almost positive it's a horse racing car. I don't think it's a Seabiscuit car, but I think it's a horse racing car. You know what I mean? Like just like a red, or it looks like a back like a baggage car. I mean, it doesn't. There's nothing really special about it with the sounds. I think I have to go back and look at that, but yeah. There you go.
Presented. So what are you most excited about for GFW Train Fair? Before you answer that, I'm going to ask if you just come rolling through the door, do us a solid, smash that like button. That'd be fun, good to do that for us. Certainly appreciate that.
So I'm honestly most looking forward to see how many people come.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting.
Well, I think that's always been something that you wanted to do is like share the hobby with other people, right?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I just we did a lot of promoting. I'm just curious to see what comes out. You know what I mean? So, baseball coaches every time. Just different people like said they come here to help out. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm very curious. You know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it. I just don't know. I guess I know there's a core people that are going to be there.
Right.
But I'm also curious on like who else will be there.
Like,
You know what
just
I mean?
other
I
people
see
around.
other people I know that I said wouldn't go.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think it makes sense.
But yeah. So I mean, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm also looking forward to I don't know, just the atmosphere. Hopefully, it's very positive.
Right. So we're having a little S1 big boy debate. Nothing gets people a little crazy around the GFW trains live streams more than S1 versus
The
big boy.
S1 was so successful they made one.
But it was bigger.
Oh wow.
But one of the things that I don't think is right, Trainmaster 04, I think it was just a couple feet bigger, not bigger without the tender, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was just like a couple feet, like 6 or 10 feet or something like that. What's the difference? One was one was longer, but one had more tractive effort or something like that, or
It's like meant for different things. It was meant to be a fast engine, but it was kind of like bust because the wheel slip.
tell me more about that.
I don't really know much about it, but I know that it was kind of a bust. Hence they didn't make any more. But they couldn't they constant wheel slip. They couldn't get it going. And yeah, so.
Hey, Rocket Man Bill's in the house. Good to see you, Rocket Man Bill. I think we are ready for tomorrow. At least we're trying to get everything all ready. The one thing I don't know if you caught this, I've been meaning to tell you, we got the bad news that the powers that be said that we can't do a raffle, at least at this event. You know, scout rules and everything like that. They suggested maybe we should do the raffle at the next event, the open house for the Prairie State Railroad, right?
Yeah. So that we're gonna save this up for that. So if you wanna be a part of a raffle, go to the open house in June 11th. So,
June 11th,
you'll
Prairie State Railroad open house, 10 to 3.
be able to ride the trains there.
Ride the rails.
Yes, sir. That's what we got going on. There'll be a raffle there. It'll be great. But yeah,
So, all right, this is what the Milwaukee Road James says. The actual 4000 class, 4884 engine, no tender, was longer than the S1. No tender.
I mean, well,
So you had the tender. The tender makes it longer.
the tender on the S1 is huge. It's like this big or something. Like this big.
It was this big.
Oh man.
Uh-oh. There you go. Look at that, apple oranges. You made George yawn there just by even showing him the yawn. Trainmaster 04 talking about the S1 says the weight distribution was terrible and caused bad wheel slip. Also think you're right about the 2 feet over. Yeah. And then, of course, as Milwaukee Road James points out, Milwaukee Road James is always coming up with that little tidbit or that little factor or something like that.
That's like saying that the those Santa Fe Northern or Texas are like bigger than what Challenger, including the tender. Like the tender's just as long as the Steamer.
Right.
You know, that's kind of cheating. You know.
Right. Milwaukee Road James says the tender on the S1 is near the size of the actual S1 engine. It's a long tender. It is a long tender. And Trainmaster 04 is saying most Pennsylvania Railroad tenders are huge. Look at the K4s with those long haul tenders. I love K4. I have to tell you, one of my guilty pleasures is a K4 with a long tender. That is such a good looking.
Yeah, I do like M1s.
Yeah, ones with the long tender. Oh, it's such a beautiful looking locomotive, man. For that matter, as long as we're on those railroads like that, those two, man, those are just like swimsuit models in my eyes. The other one, I thought that's just like overboard. It's like taking ice cream sundae and putting whipped cream and a cherry on it. It's the Hudson with the long distance tender.
No way,
Oh,
Jose.
my
No,
God.
it just looks weird. I mean,
No.
in my opinion, it looks weird. It just
I
doesn't look right.
love the Hudsons with the long distance.
I think the
tender.
ones with the original tender are like just so much cooler. I don't know.
I disagree, man. I love that long haul tender. What's up, Captain of 4 Boats? Thanks for coming in.
You gotta use the restroom.
Ooh, George has got it really bad. So Milwaukee Road James says that. So we learned that the big boy is greater than the S1. Wait, we already knew that. I'm sure that there are a lot of people on here that might disagree with you just because there is a lot of PRR love out here, and like the PRR love often leads to UP hate. I don't know what the deal is with that, but there's a PRR love and a UP hate. I don't necessarily see the same UP love that I see with the PRR love. But I see a lot of like but people like UP. It seems like people just like UP. It's just the way that it goes. Milwaukee Road is with me. Yeah, the J3A Super Hudson with a huge PT centipede tender. I'm with you, man. That's just like it's too much. It's like too much of a good thing. It's like Christmas where you get the present that you exactly wanted. Boom. Right on. Yeah. So Isaiah Hawkins wants to know, and this is one that gets everybody riled up, but I'm ready for riled up people out here tonight. Which railroad is overrated? Which ones do you guys think is overrated? Isaiah Hawkins coming right out, or actually, Milwaukee Road James right out of the bat is saying Pennsylvania Railroad. Everybody loves the Pennsylvania Railroad. That's fighting words for a lot of guys. Western and Ohio Interurban History says PRR is overrated. The New York Central is better. Trainmaster 04 says I'm actually a PRR fan with a VLBB and with Ed Dickens signed owner with a Vision Line big boy with an Ed Dickens signed owner's manual. Man, when you get on, I want to see that. When you're on our live stream, that'd be a really cool thing. So we're getting a lot of the PRR is not going to be. It seems like it's not represented in the house right now. Yeah. Oh, look at that! It did almost take George's life. Thanks, Bob. Let's see. Trainmaster 04 with the overrated railroad says New York Central, Southern Pacific, Pennsylvania Railroad, and Penn Central are all overrated. Dang, Union Pacific by Isaiah Hawkins says it's overrated. Well, see, Trade Master 04, I'm going to loop back around here to this comment. I can see New York Central overrated. I can see Pennsylvania Railroad overrated because I mean, when I say overrated, there's a lot of love for both of those railroads. So everybody has a lot of love for both those railroads, and I can see where there's like the angst on the other side. Penn Central doesn't seem like there's a lot of love for the Penn Central. Everybody just seems like Penn Central was a mess to begin with, so that there isn't anything that's overrated. The SP though, I don't know, man. I don't know if I agree with you on the SP being an overrated railroad. The SP seems like that one's kind of underrated in my book. I mean, shoot, it's the Central Pacific is kind of the precursor to that. And heck, they made the Transcontinental Railroad. So I think I kind of disagree with the SP being overrated. So New York Central gang, rise up. Union Pacific. Now, see, I can get Union Pacific being overrated. There's a lot of things that I think that Union Pacific. Do you know Union Pacific went bankrupt 3 times? 3 times. I think it was 3 times. Yeah. Yeah, and I agree that Penn Central trackage was a nightmare, but everybody knew that, like going into it and everything like that. So SP was the PRR of the West and 100,000 times better, and it has 44.49. I agree with that. New York Central seems overrated because a lot of people like it, but it deserved it because of how epic it was. Now, see, that I agree with. I even the Penn Central. I like the Penn Central too. The Penn Central had its day. The Penn Central was good. Or I'm sorry, not the Penn Central. The Pennsylvania Railroad, not the Penn Central. The Penn Central. See, I lived through the Penn Central. That's one of the things that I like is the Penn Central was going, or at least was around in part of my lifetime. New York Central was gone, at least for the part of my lifetime that I remember. Pennsylvania was gone. The Penn Central, though, I do remember that, and it was definitely a disaster. And it wasn't
being a disaster.
What's that?
Do you remember it being a disaster?
I don't. I really don't. I just don't remember too much. I don't remember it being bad. Now looking back and knowing what I know about railroads and everything like that, yeah. So Trainmaster 04 says, honestly, the SP is on the fence with me being an overrated railroad. The only thing that gets me is the failed merger with Santa Fe. Let me swap it for the UP. Now, see, that would have been a cool merger. The Santa Fe and the Southern Pacific, don't you think, George?
Yeah, it'd be weird, like it would be weird that it's not BNSF. You know, what would we be seeing outside?
Right.
If that happened, you know what I mean?
Right. Oh, here's one that's an interesting one. The Delaware and Lackawanna is overrated. The Erie is much better.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. What about the Erie Lackawanna?
Erie Lackawanna is, again, that's same.
I don't know. It's like they're so overrated.
So Western and Ohio Urban says Union Pacific isn't overrated as it is epic. It has the big boys that love their patriotic main schemes. Now that's true. The Union Pacific, like nowadays, you gotta admit that their steam program's second to none, right?
Well, it's pretty much the only Class 1 railroad that's got a steam program right now, and they put millions and millions of. I mean, they're not on a budget. They or I guess I shouldn't say that, but I guess they got. It's not like they're scrounging for money all the time. Or at least it's the way they present it. Right? You know, they're going everywhere. But yeah.
So Aaron Van knows that, or says, did you know that the Durango in Silverton was called the Black Train? I didn't know that. So and check out Captain of Four Boats train video. Hopefully he gets that out soon. So so Grandpa's checking in with the Sammy scoreboard. First checking in and no score. So Mike Manetti says the cheap and nothing wasted railroad's overrated.
What?
The Chicago Northwestern is what he's talking about. CNW?
I didn't know that's what they called it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was just the name from the guy that has a 7.5 gauge railroad by our house, which is true. There's a 7.5 gauge railroad, probably about 15 minutes down the road from us, called the Super Less than that, would you say?
Yeah, it's pretty close. So here's the one I agree with. Western Ohio Interurban History says the North Shore Railroad, the Chicago North Shore and Milwaukee Interurban is underrated. I agree with that.
I'm not really too big in the interurban stuff.
Oh, Captain and Four Boats taking a very controversial stance here, saying that the Polar Express is overrated.
Again, I like the
And
Polar Express.
we got a yes on that one.
I like the Polar Express. I like it a lot.
I like. So this is an interesting one. Rob 412, and I would love to hear the stories about the Penn Central when they merged the Pennsylvania and the New York Central together. And it says a Penn Central friend of mine worked in the administration of the Penn Central, said he couldn't believe the corporate rating that killed it. And that's what it was all about. I mean, it was just like suits putting these two railroads together and just just not a good fit.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like was it they lost $1 million in a day or something?
Yeah, at one
like that?
point, yeah, it was some crazy number like that.
$1 million a day.
Speaking of losing money, Milwaukee Road James says, fun fact, the Amtrak has never made a penny of revenue.
2019 was the closest year they've ever had
Really?
to get breaking even.
How close are they?
They were like, they probably would have hit it if COVID didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's how close they were.
So, but all right, I'm putting on my my lawyer hat here, George. The Amtrak wasn't never made to put together to make money. In fact, when they put Amtrak together, the reason why they were putting the Amtrak together is because it was failing. I mean, all of the rail services were failing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. I mean,
They were. I mean, so they're like, all right, what do we do? The federal government says we want to have trains, we want to have passenger trains. This is how we save it, and that's what they did.
yeah. I guess yes, but I mean, like with all the changes that they made in terms of the budget cuts, firing people, less staff.
You mean with Amtrak?
Yeah, and then the meal changes.
So they really slimmed things down so that they were kind of like losing weight so that they could
at least not make money, but not lose as much money as they have in the past. In my opinion, as a consumer, I'm not really too big of a fan of it.
Right. So Bob's O Gauge Railroad says, did you know that the 614 was the only steam engine to actually pull a revenue Amtrak train? I didn't know that.
It's not true. The 844 did.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In fact, did you know that the Union Pacific, as a term or a convenience term, they used to put the 844 in front of Amtrak trains to move it from place to place if they needed to?
Really?
Yeah.
When did that happen, George?
Like the late 70s, early 80s. But it was just kind of something that they if it was just convenience them. If they needed to get a train from what? Where's the God, I'm having a blank. Where's the 844 located?
Omaha?
Yeah.
Or no, Cheyenne.
Cheyenne. They need to get a train from Cheyenne to what? San Diego. They put it in front of the Amtrak train and just run it all the way down there. And that's what they did. But yeah, do we have any more trains? We do.
Hey, welcome to the stream, Justin B. We usually give a whistle to people when you come into the stream.
Shut down.
We'll get you. Welcome to the stream. And in fact, everybody, if you're just coming into the stream and hanging out with us this evening, welcome to the stream. If you're new around here, welcome. Welcome. If you're hanging out, welcome back. Smash that like button if you would. And guys, thanks for hanging out with the stream, hanging out on the stream with us and being part of our Friends Friday, our Fast Friday. I really appreciate that. I've been around here in the last couple of weeks, and it's good to be back. Good to be talking with friends. We got a neat group here on Fast Friday of friends hanging out and just talking trains. And I tell you, keep the synergy alive. It's really important that we keep this going. And hold on a second. Sorry about that. I don't know if you caught this, but George must have hit something and we were going to have a head-on collision. So we had the, you can't see it, but the 844 just went onto the inside track, and you can't, around the back there, you can see the reefer train. They would have had a head-on collision. All right, so I'm way behind on my comments here. Captain of Four Boats wants to know if George plays Roblox. He doesn't play any Roblox as far as I know. George is trying to reprogram the remote control down here. Got off the frequency signal because something happened. I'm not sure what at this point. So the LNE and the WYO and W are very odd cases, but very underrated. I'm not familiar with either one of those. Not familiar at all. So Justin P. again wants to know about pre-war trains. What do we have pre-war trains wise, George? Let's use another remote control for right now.
The third one. Right. In terms of
Turn everything off and turn it back on. We're having some transmitter problems here. There we go. Let's see if this works. See if this works, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen. I know, I'm surprised. The other way, there's the top. Push the top is what turns it on.
it's not turning off.
Okay. So, yeah, it's definitely an unstoppable moment. What would the running session be without a crash? I agree. Here, George, why don't you take over? I'll take care of this stuff. Excuse the pause here. So, Train Master 04, thanks for hanging out. I'll shoot you an email because and I apologize that I haven't had a chance to already. It's just been something. We're trying to get this train show up and running and things rolling good. And when time's on my side, I'll make sure that I get that out. And if I haven't, it's not because I don't want it or don't like it. So just continue. I appreciate you giving me a holler back that give me a holler back the last time. Hopefully we got this now, guys. Get things up and operating again. So, all right, NEC Life. It says the LNE was the only Class 1 railroad not to just remove its entire main line and also shut down when still profitable. And the NYO and W in 1957 was the first railroad to remove its whole main line upon bankruptcy. Oofda.
That's right. Hey, Yorkville's got the shortest standard gauge railroad.
It did. Tell me more about that, George.
Was a 2-mile railroad that went from Yorkville to Newark, right?
Millington.
Millington.
Or Millbrook to Newark.
And so basically, I guess it was lumber. It was farm products that it hauled, and it's the shortest mainline railroad that operated in the United States. So pretty.
It is pretty cool. That's our main
claim to
fame is that the city of Yorkville and the Millbrook, Newark, this area right here had the shortest main line or shortest standard gauge railroad in the nation. Yep. So Apples and Oranges is wondering if we're going to be going live from Train Fair, George. What do you think? We thought about it, but we got to see how the event is rolling before we can commit to saying that we're going to do that or not. This is the first time we've done this, so before we say we're going to have a live stream or do anything like that, we have to see how things are rolling, see if everything is going good.
That's awkward.
let's see. Grandpa George says you haven't lived until you work for a company in transportation that goes through a merger or acquisition. That's true. I remember growing up when my dad working for the airlines. He went through a merger.
Is that scary?
It wasn't scary, but it was just there was like a lot of stuff going on and people couldn't agree on contracts and people couldn't do this and do that. And I can only imagine what the New York Central Penn Central merger was like.
I bet you it was weird. Like, I don't know. It seemed like everything was like very just like shady. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh gosh, that Penn Central, New York Central one, it seems like it was really shady. People were doing stuff to try and get, some just, like you said, shadiness. I don't know if it was because of the government. I don't know if it was because of the banks, or I don't know if it was.
Think about it. It was a really bad idea, though.
Oh gosh, the two railroads hated each other.
It was just like putting like two failing
Like
railroads
putting the Red Sox and the Yankees together, putting the Packers and the Bears together.
on their losing on their
Their worst
seasons of all time. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then expecting them to like do good. You know?
Right.
That's. All right. Well,
not having any luck with the railroad, huh?
No.
How about that top level?
I can't connect to the base.
The base, huh? No. Even when you put it on there, there's like the yellow lights flashing. It never flashes. What's that even mean?
I guess
it means we didn't pay our remote control bill, huh?
Yeah.
Why don't you shut it down for a little bit and start it up in a little bit and see what happens? Maybe that'll help out.
Yeah.
That's different.
I can't even connect to it by just putting the remote on the base. Normally it fixes it by putting the remote straight to the base and it picks it up.
There's a yellow light that was on the base that was blinking. I've never even seen that before. Good times. Good times. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
I was just starting to scream. But yeah. Oh yeah.
So CSX bought Pan American Railroads. I always wanted to see a Pan American Railroad train.
Pan Am. Oh yeah.
Yep.
They had those really cool U-boats. They're not U-boats, but Dash 8s.
Yeah.
The Atlas made them. There was actually one for sale in the OGR form.
A Pan Am one?
Yeah.
How much was it?
I got one like 600 or something like that. Some like absurd amount, but it's still cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
What is the story behind that? Why did they? Was it like Santa Fe Airlines or something like that? You know the thing, right?
Yeah, Santa Fe Airlines. Yeah, I think it was totally different. I don't know. I think just like Pan Am went bankrupt, just like as an airline, and I don't know how the name Pan Am went from being a railroad or an airplane name to a railroad name. I don't know if it was like the Santa Fe Airways when they had the Santa Fe Airways, but yeah, I'm not sure. So Isaiah Hawkins says, on a funny sense, on an unrelated note, there was a Lionel Hudson that had the Pennsylvania markings on it. Yeah, that's crazy.
Got it. It's our 773 that or one of the 773s we have is a Pennsylvania one. Actually, this is the one you run too.
Yeah,
that's the runner. Aren't they more rare?
Yeah. The Pennsylvania or the Hudsons with the Pennsylvania tender, oddly enough, are rarer to get than the the Hudsons with the Pennsylvania tender are rarer and harder to get than the Hudsons with the New York Central tender. But
they're cheaper, right?
Right, because nobody wants a Pennsylvania with a Hudson with a Pennsylvania tender. Which is funny too, because I guess that you can get a Pennsylvania tender and just add it to the Hudson, even if you want. And most people just like, hey, if I got a Hudson, I'm going to put a New York Central tender with it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're known for.
Right.
And weren't they created first? Oh no, the 50 Hudson was, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and they had the 700. What am I thinking? For some reason, I thought that was like the
right. I'll try and boot this whole up again. All right.
But yeah, GFG trains. Do you have any Wabash? Any Wabash steam engines? I don't think we do. Yeah, I don't. Not to my knowledge, we don't.
We don't have any Wabash steam engines. Nope.
I don't. The only Wabash we have is the post-war F units. Those are my favorite. because they don't run. We tried to run them one time. They put them on the track, and all they did, we turned the power on. We heard was a horn. They wouldn't run at all. Yeah, Pan Am and Guilford are/was owned by the same parent company. Interesting. 773 is a Burke, I think. No, 773 is a Hudson. It's the Hudson. They have the 50 Hudson, and then the
It was built in 1950, and then one that was built in 1964.
There you go. But yeah, that was the 773 is a Hudson. I think the Berkshires are what are the Berkshires? 76 or
I don't remember the numbers of the Berkshire right off the top of my head.
but I know that it was something that yeah, I don't remember. They filmed Indy 5 at Yorkshire Railroad Station. Huh, interesting. Indy 5. I've never heard of it. I think I'm gonna change my name back to Captain Chase G since my channels got deleted. I need your help if I should change it back to Captain Chase G. Well, I don't know. Whatever you like the most. Captain Chase G is pretty cool. Maybe just Captain Chase. Yeah, it's pretty interesting name. Yeah, 726 is the Burke. There you go. I thought for some reason I knew there was a 7 and there's 6. For some reason I thought there was a 1. I don't know why. 736 and 726. Now I remember. Yeah, that's what it was. I have Pan Am wings. I got it as a kid, and Northwest Orient silverware. Isn't that what Grandpa worked for? Northwest.
Yes.
I'm sure they have that silverware. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they don't. But I know my grandma loves her china, and she's got china from all. She got the railroad china. She got a really great collection. Actually, I should say grandma and grandpa, but she got a really great collection of railroad china, and then also airline china. And I think. What do you think they're more proud of? Their
the railroad china.
Railroad china. Yeah, but they do like them both. And I haven't really seen any of the collections. I know that she's got some Michigan State china that she has out for sale, and then obviously some not for sale,
display,
for display, yeah. And then she's got some like regular like fine china, the stuff that's like blue and white that everybody's got. Actually, I'm not sure if everybody's got it, but I know we have some, don't we? I think. Yeah. So that's
Just thinking, George. Maybe we can use a TMCC. Legacy's giving us a hard time, and I don't know what
it's like the worst it's ever been, too. Can't even get it to connect. All right. But yeah, so that's strange. Dang tinfoil cars. Maybe not.
Oh, because these aren't turned on.
Oh.
Pan Am wings in a Northwest Orient silverware.
There you go. Hey, I had some Southwest wings.
Southwest wings. Don't tell Grandpa.
Yeah. Don't tell Grandpa.
Don't tell Grandpa. That's the Southwest wings. So we're in remote control purgatory right now. All of the trains are up.
They're on strike.
They're on strike. Rocking and rolling.
Walking Road James. Val blaming this on me. Yeah, darn it! Tinfoil boxcars. What the? Yeah. Oh yeah.
You gotta. That's an inside joke there, James. Inside joke. Come on, baby. Not working even on the. See, this is one of the problems. Oh, there it is. 844 is rolling.
Oh, that's right.
What's that?
I forgot I turned the sound off.
There we go, boys and girls.
Back on.
All right, let me get this. At least we'll get some trains running. There we go. I know. We're gonna totally need to go back to conventional. Train Man Dan's in the house. How you doing, Train Man Dan? We would be giving you a whistle if we had some operations going. Oh, guess we've got TMCC going here on the lab.
Working. It's like
We're in purgatory right now. So, yeah, we're in purgatory with remote controls. But we're back on. Good old TMCC didn't let us down, huh, George?
nope, never had. Actually, this remote's always been kind of funky, but
It's
never.
a funky run.
Yeah, the one with this antenna. You can switch the antennas. But actually, you can't. I don't know. I always thought that these antennas were like what they.
Oh, those are some kit bash from Rocket Man Bill. You made those. Those are from they're from telephones, right?
That's cool. I didn't know that, bro. That's neat. I always thought that was something that were sold like.
Kit bash, man, kit bash. There were two different versions. There was a white version, and then you had a gray version.
I remember the gray version because the small things got them,
Yes.
and then they always had some on the module. I didn't like the gray version ones. I liked the these. You could bend these a lot.
I agree. Those are more bendy.
Yeah, and they just look better. They look more conventional. I don't know. Apple Orange, do you have a real good NWA Royal Dayton China? My wife Miles Club Road. Yeah, we're just talking about
Got some NWA straight out of Compton, man. Straight out of Compton.
or NWO.
NWO is New World Order. NWA is somebody with attitude. There's a rap group, George.
Oh, I know what the NWO is. They
Straight out of Compton.
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't tell you any of their songs, but I've heard that. It's not.
There we go.
But yeah.
Maybe that other TMCC remote's good.
You know, it's just like screw off.
I know how to change it. They don't screw off. There's a little screw inside of there that you got to take out. Like I said, I was trying to figure out where my other one went so we could switch it out. I thought it was a mystery to me. Then I saw them both on Sammy. So
Interesting. Okay.
So you're just rolling through the door. Thanks for joining us. I'm Waldozer, Wally, the guy that takes GFW Trains places. This is GFW Trains.
I otherwise known as George.
George GFW Trains, right?
Not taking me to baseball anymore.
So do us a solid, smash that like button if you would. If you haven't smashed that like button already, it helps us out with the algorithm. Also, gets us out there to people that haven't seen GFW Trains this Friday. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you hanging out with us. We enjoy this, don't we, George?
Oh yeah.
I enjoy hanging out with George. Talking trains. That's what we're doing. A lot of different subjects tonight, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All I'm gonna say is my reefer train is superior to all other reefer trains. Except for I'm looking for some silver reefers. I know there's a couple on eBay I've been eyeballing, but
Some silver reefers,
oh
huh?
yeah, there's a couple sets of 3. They're not going for too bad a price either, but you know, I don't know. I'm debating on whether or not save up my money. Save up my money for other things. Save up my money for 4449 NCL1 or some silver reefers.
So what were the things that you're trying to save up your money for?
I know.
Speeding ticket?
I paid all that off. I swear, I paid it all off. Mom has told you I paid it all
All
off.
right. Now you were there when the whole speeding ticket went down, right?
Yeah.
And you saw where the fine for the speeding ticket was paid, right?
Yeah.
Where was it paid?
At the courthouse.
And where was it paid from? How was it paid?
You.
And how was it paid?
Right.
A check from my checking account,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So then when you paid,
Look, Mom
You're
was
fine.
keeping track of
when
all
you
of that.
paid your fine,
Why are you giving me a hard
I was
time?
asking you, when you paid your fine,
Yeah.
or when you paid that off, who did you give your money to?
Mom, she was keeping track of all
All right,
that.
let's go through this step. Where did the money come from?
You? But
Where's the
okay,
money?
you can talk to her about that. I paid all the money that I owed
This is a life lesson.
you guys.
You gotta pay your money to the right person.
Well, I was paying it to you, but you didn't know how much I was giving you. No, because
That
I asked you.
makes sense.
I was paying you, and you didn't know how much I'd given you. So I started giving it to Mom. She's keeping track.
Okay, why do I have to keep track of how much money you owe me?
Because at some point I forget. It was like a couple months. I asked you how much I owe you, and you said you didn't know.
$314. That's how much that speeding ticket was.
Okay, and I paid it to Mom. She has the money.
Mom didn't pay your speeding ticket.
You can talk to her. The money's upstairs.
Now, how about if you talk? And that, my friends, is that. All right. So, hey, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. That's always a lot of fun. I think I might have just had a work walkout because I wanted the money that I paid to him. So all of my fathers on the live stream will back me up and feel my pain on this one. I didn't receive it. I paid it off. Didn't receive a dime. Hey, check it out. We got Brian Peterson and Chris Fosiak also watching. What's up, guys? I'm glad you could be here. I'm glad you could join GFW Trains. Appreciate all of your help with this stuff. And just being friends, not only on the train thing. These guys are guys I grew up with, Brian and Chris. They know all about this whole training session from day one. So good to have you here. Good to have you here. You got it. You got it, Milwaukee Road, James, and that's that. That's that. So, well, I did tell you what. I think we've reached a point in the live stream where George is getting ready for the GFW train fair coming up, and I've kind of hit my limit in terms of things that I am kind of tired. I want to be ready and get my batteries charged up for GFW train fair, and glad everyone could join us tonight. So have a great weekend. Hopefully everything will be fine, and we'll have a good time at GFW Train Fair. One last time, GFW Train Fair is going to be on April 24th. That's Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Yorkville American Legion. We're going to have a lot of really fun stuff for all of our train guys, and we'll see you there. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thanks for joining us here on GFW Trains on Fast Friday. We'll see you around the roundhouse. Don't let the caboose hit you on the way out.